I've had this car for a couple of months now, and Skip's actually starting to stalk I think a rabbit, or actually there's a rabbit across the street, so he's in hunting dog mode right now. He's got to keep the driveway safe from rabbits. This is our 2006 Chrysler PT Cruiser, and has 32,000 miles on it, which is pretty low for a 9-year-old car. Have the convertible top down. This is the base model Cruiser. I think there's the base, Touring, and GT. So this is the normally aspirated 2.4 4-cylinder with the 4-speed automatic. Not exactly a fast combination, but for what you need a car for, I mean, for what I'm using it for, it's perfectly fine. This is kind of a supplemental car for us. We have we have 2 kids, and they're both getting into that driving age, so we thought it'd be kind of fun to have an extra car for them to tool around in. And this actually was a pretty decent buy. It was sold by a guy in our neighborhood, and I think it's a pretty solid car. Being 9 years old, it's been garage most of its life. Carfax on it was pretty clean. And it's been maintained by a local Chrysler dealer, so pretty fun. I know the styling is polarizing. People either love them or hate them. I've said that before. And I don't mind it. It's unique. It's distinctive. I like that it's tall. I can actually, I'm almost 6'4". I like that I can sit up high in it. And the sport bar does help out with the aerodynamics, so it's not too drafty when you're driving, either with the side windows up or down. If I'm on the highway with it, I'll leave the side windows up. Now let's see, Skip, still looking at that rabbit across the street. He's got a very keen eye. It's pretty much what he does, just stalks rabbits and stuff. That's what they're bred to do. I got my old Dodge Dakota still. Haven't had much time to really work on it, but still hanging out here in the driveway. Starts, runs, and drives. That's a pretty good job of that. It's 87, so it's 28 years old. So hard to believe we've had this truck for over almost 30 years. It's pretty amazing how time goes by. So if you think about it, you have these 2 Chrysler products, and there's about 20 years difference between them as far as technology goes. And I'll have to get a driving video together, the old PT. I don't have my keys on me, otherwise I'll start it up. I'll do one later. Basically start it up, show the engine and stuff. But it's the inside of it. It's little. You pull the latch there for the hood. Yeah, it comes with a guy before put in a hood cover or a bra for the hood. Let's see here. This is kind of tricky with filming and stuff, but it's kind of a interesting story about the prop rod. I had a 2002 PT Cruiser, and my wife, I left the hood open, and I had asked her to shut it when she was leaving the house. And she grabbed it and pulled it shut without removing the prop rod, and actually bent the prop rod and dented the hood. Now I think the same thing happened on this car. You can tell there's been a little bit of body work in this area on the hood. And if you Google, it's quite a common occurrence. You can see it has the hood hinges on either side. It looks like it's a counterbalanced hood. And the prop rod, they painted yellow to make it a little more obvious as being held up by a prop rod. So I would say if you're bringing your PT in for service, definitely caution the mechanic about that, or whoever's working on it. Here's the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, and kind of a tight fit to change the plugs or the plug wires. Or actually to do anything on this engine, really, you need to separate or lift off the intake manifold, which is actually fairly straightforward. I think it looks scarier than it is, but definitely get a service manual and figure out what you need to do to take it off. Your air intake, transmission fluid level for the dipstick, and filler for the transmission fluid level. Batteries under the air filter housing, engine oil, cap for the cooling system, the radiator's tucked in there somewhere, power steering, and of course the reservoir for the cooling system, which is relatively easy to get to in comparison to the radiator. And of course washer fluid. So, all in all, it's not a bad little car. I've been getting about 20 miles to the gallon with it, and that's driving around town. It's not the greatest, but I think that's about what these things get cruising around town. Most of my driving with it has been on surface streets, or in basically bumper-to-bumper traffic. But it's been fun. And of course, Skip is still waiting for that rabbit. Wants to do something with it, I'm not sure what. So, otherwise, that's it. We'll do a full driving tour of it here in the near future. I've had it for 2 months, and so far so good. It's been a fun little car to drive. And it's kind of fun to have a convertible, especially in Minnesota where our summers are somewhat brief. And, you know, whatever the days are nice, I take the car to work or drive to run errands with it. So, obviously, my main driver over here is the Chevy Volt. And that's been actually, I've had that since February, and that's been doing actually really, really well. My highway trips, I've been getting about 40 miles to the gallon with it. And around town, I've been ranging about anywhere from like 43 to 48 miles in the battery in the summer. The range is really impacted by temperature and what mode the climate control's in. But so far, it's been doing fantastic as far as just a daily driver and commuter car. Very impressed with it. I would say a lot of Volts are coming off lease. The Gen 2 Volts coming out in a little bit, so the Gen 1s are a real deal, especially with the lower gas prices. I'd say snap one up now if you can. If you're looking to keep a Volt around, it's not easy, not hard to do. I just have you can charge it with 110 or you can do a 220, and I'm doing the 110 and get by just fine with it. So, and like I said, I've been driving it on longer trips and stuff. So. Been a fantastic vehicle for that, so no real complaints. I mean, little details here and there that they could improve upon, but otherwise, I've been very happy with it. So there we go. It's my kind of tour of my fleet. My wife has our van out, so that's not here right now. But three very different cars with 3 very different purposes. So, all right, well, that's my update for today. Have a good evening, everybody.